So this is a just a little side video about Ujjayi breath for those who are not familiar with it. Ujjayi breath is a way of breathing that is used a lot in Hatha yoga, in Ashtanga yoga. It's called also known as victorious breath, as ocean breath. And it's a way of breathing very deeply so that we're really expanding the lungs and we're really forcing the breath through our inner channels. But we don't hyperventilate, because when we do Ujjayi breath, we do it throughout the entire practice. And if we were to breathe that deeply for that long, we would definitely enter into an alternate state of consciousness, which may at times be desired. But when we are moving physically, this is not a good thing. So what it does, Ujjayi breath, is a way of breathing through the base of your throat, through the glottis. So it sounds something like this. So it sounds like Darth Vader, and it really, you hardly feel the breath move at the nose, and you really feel it coming in through here. I suppose it's because we're making this really quite tight, so we can really feel the breath moving. And it allows us to direct the breath as well. This way of breathing brings in more oxygen because we're breathing deeper. It expels more CO2. We can make long breaths, which means we do hold some of the CO2 in the body, which it does need. So there are beneficial aspects of that as well. And then we breathe it out. So let's try it again. So that's the Ujjayi breath. The key is the restriction of the glottis. And then as you're breathing in and out like that, you can notice whether when you're breathing in, you're moving your shoulders. So many of us, we breathe. So it's like we're lifting ourselves up, when actually what we want to do is remain completely relaxed and just draw the breath in. So it comes in, it starts in the belly, it rises to the chest, and then out through the crown. Touch your head a little bit so that you can maybe feel it. Down into the earth. In again. Out again. So we're using Ujjayi breath, which is the restriction, and we're using 3-stage yogi breath, which means belly expands, chest expands, head rises. And then on the out breath, we empty from the top, emptying the chest, emptying the belly. And when we empty the belly, we squeeze the belly button to push the breath out. So belly button squeezes against the spine. So again, the 3 stages. In-breath rises. So even if you feel the in-breath coming in, but it fills the belly first, so, and then it fills the chest, then the head rises, touches at the top, above the head, and the out-breath comes and it sinks. Empties the chest, empties the belly, squeeze the belly button to the spine, squeeze it out into the earth. So it's good practice when you are visualizing or following your breath to see if you can make it break through the crown and break through the base. It allows us to open the channels to our support and our inspiration. If we, like I said in the practice earlier, if we just breathe here, we easily build up congestion on top of where we turn the breath. And so the breath just runs around, and here it gets very hot and it can easily break through. You might then have a Kundalini awakening, fries your nervous system. So it's really good to visualize that congestion above just being pushed and blown away by this way of breathing. Excuse me. So let's just start again. Sit on the mat, Notice your breathing. Take control of the breath. Restrict the glottis. And then with the next out breath, really, as the breath drops out of your nose, relax the shoulders, empty the chest, empty the belly, squeeze the belly button, push all the debris into the earth. Then the in breath comes, belly fills, chest fills, crown rises, breath changes direction, out breath comes, falls and melts down. And so this is what you can practice 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. You can practice this lying flat in bed. You can practice it driving the car. You may not have to do all of these things touching into the heavens. I mean, it does come automatically later on. But just practice this breathing long and slow breaths, deep, long and strong breaths. In fact, they say that this way of breathing really has a beneficial effect on the parasympathetic nervous system. That is the involuntary set of nerves that control all our involuntary actions, like heart rate, body temperature, facial responses that we are not in control of. And this way of breathing really calms the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's good in trauma situations. And you can direct this breath then into parts of your body. We're going to do that in the practices that follow this. You can direct it into the body, into the muscles that are tight, and you can really force that breath. You use it like a laser beam, and you follow with your awareness. So this breath really starts to clear everything out. My yoga teacher healed his paralyzed arm with this way of breathing. He was very lucky. He had a teacher who knew how to do these things, and it saved him from basically having an arm that wasn't working. And they were going to cut the nerves, and he is a fully functioning body despite this massive injuries he sustained in a crash. So I hope this explains it. Go over it again and again. It does take a while to get used to it. It's a way that when you watch babies, they breathe like that. You can hear this sort of when they're sleeping, deep sleeping breath. So that's the thing that we're doing. So enjoy, and I hope this helps.